This is the Movcan V80 electric bike, and right out of the box, it's pretty impressive. The shape is modern, robust, and has that confident, almost SUV feel for a bike. I got this model in white, but honestly, there aren't many color choices. That being said, this white version actually looks pretty sleek. Let me start by sharing how things went when setting it up. I'll admit, assembling a new electric bike always gives me a little anxiety. I'm not exactly a bike tech, and instructions for some models can either feel too basic or too complicated. Luckily, the V80 comes about 90% pre-assembled. I just needed to handle things like putting on the front wheel, handlebars, pedals, seat, attaching the front fender, and some smaller components. The included tools are a nice touch, way more comprehensive than what I've gotten with other bikes, with full-sized wrenches instead of just an awkward multi-tool. I mainly relied on the video tutorial Movcan puts out, since the paper manual was pretty basic and left me wondering what to do a couple of times. If you're new to electric bikes, you might have the same question I had: which step to start first? Honestly, it doesn't matter that much, as long as you check everything is secure and set up right before riding. Looking at the build, the V80 is made of carbon steel. That might sound fancy, but what really counts here is the sturdiness. The bike feels solid. There's no weird flex or wobble, and the 26-inch wheels are just the right size for adults, big enough to roll smoothly over bumps, small enough for urban journeys. The frame has what's called a step-through design, so getting on and off is much easier, especially if you're shorter or carrying a backpack. I originally got this for my wife, who finds regular e-bikes a bit too tall. She loved this layout, and I've borrowed the bike for a few rides myself and felt totally comfortable. Let's talk about some key features, because that's what most people want to know. You've got a 1000-watt brushless hub motor, which is pretty powerful compared to a lot of other options out there. What that means is you'll have no trouble with hills or city inclines. The specs mention it can tackle up to a 30-degree slope, and based on my rides around the neighborhood, it climbs our steepest hills with no hesitation. The top speed is officially 28 miles per hour. I was skeptical about that. Lots of e-bikes promise, but don't deliver on that front. When I tested it, no wind on flat road, the digital speedometer definitely got close to 28 miles per hour, even without maximum effort. I weigh around 160 pounds, so your speed might change if you're heavier or lighter. Now for the battery. It's a 48-volt, 13-hour removable lithium-ion pack. What matters for most people here is two things: range and convenience. Movcan says you can get up to 70 miles per charge in pedal assist mode, or about 30 miles on throttle only. In real life, with mixed riding, the pedal assist, which gives you a boost when you pedal, and throttle, where you ride like a scooter, I usually get between 32 and 50 miles depending on how much I pedal and the kind of terrain. Removing the battery is simple. You just unlock it with the key, then slide it out. Charging is also straightforward. Just plug it into a wall, either on or off the bike. Charging from empty takes about 7 hours, so plugging it in overnight works best. As for riding, the V80 is surprisingly comfortable. There's front suspension to soak up bumps. I thought the included saddle was just okay. Kind of firm for long rides, but honestly, not a deal breaker. If you're planning on really long commutes, you might want to consider swapping the seat for something softer. The tires are 26 inches by 1.95 inches, which are all-terrain, meaning they're thick enough for dirt, gravel, or rough city roads. I went over both potholes and light trails with no problems. The front and rear brakes are disc brakes, which stop you quickly and safely, even in wet conditions. The bike also comes with built-in lights, a powerful headlight, a taillight with turn signals, and a horn you can actually hear, even on busy streets. Something that often gets overlooked is user controls. The Movcan V80 has a digital LCD display that's easy to read, even in bright sunlight. You can check speed, trip mileage, total mileage, battery level, and select different assist levels right from your handlebars. The half-twist throttle is intuitive, just like a scooter, so there's not much learning curve if you're new to e-bikes. About riding modes, there are 4. Pure electric, just throttle; pedal assist, the motor helps as you pedal; cruise mode, it keeps a steady speed so you can relax your hand; and regular bike mode, no motor, just your legs. I usually start in pedal assist mode, then switch to cruise if I'm on a long flat stretch. The 7-speed Shimano gear shifter is a real advantage, allowing you to adjust your pedaling feel whether you're going uphill, downhill, or cruising on the flats. There are some extras that make the V80 stand out compared to other electric bikes I've used. You get a decent rear rack for mounting a basket or small bags, which is great for groceries or commuting. There's a phone holder included, and a simple but effective lock, handy if you need to park it for a quick stop. The included kickstand is sturdy, but I noticed the placement is a little close to the left pedal. If you've got big feet, you might notice your heel taps the stand once in a while. Not a deal breaker, just a minor thing to watch for. Let me be honest about some initial worries I had. My first concern was the bike's weight. The carbon steel frame, though solid, does make this on the heavier side. Carrying it up flights of stairs is a real workout, and if you live in an apartment without an elevator, keep that in mind. I usually keep it stored in a garage or at street level, so it hasn't been much of a problem for me. Another small issue is the stock seat, which, as I mentioned, is just okay. For quick rides, it's fine. For longer trips, I ended up ordering a more padded saddle after a few days. Durability was something I wondered about too, but after a few weeks, the V80 still feels sturdy and nothing's come loose or rattled. The paint finish looks solid and the welds are clean. The removable battery has a neat little indicator patch that changes color if it gets wet, a reassuring sign if you get caught in the rain. From my experience, the V80 really shines as a city commuter and weekend explorer. It has enough power for everyday riding, enough range for long commutes, and plenty of flexibility in riding style. Anyone, from a beginner looking for their first e-bike to a more experienced rider who wants a reliable, all-rounder bike, will likely find something to like with this model. The adjustability of the seat and handlebars makes it easy to get a comfortable fit. In my opinion, the Movcan V80 does a great job balancing performance, comfort, and practicality. The safety features are above average for an electric bike at this price. Those integrated lights, horn, and disc brakes give peace of mind when riding around cars. The look is sharp, the controls feel smooth, and the build quality is much better than I expected, given the price point. I'd recommend this for anyone who needs a reliable ride for commuting, light off-roading, running errands, or just cruising around for fun. The motor's got the power, the battery lasts, and the whole package feels dependable, with the versatility to suit different needs. Sure, there are a few quirks, like the weight and seat comfort, and assembly instructions that could be clearer, but none of these are deal breakers for me. If you want an upgrade from a basic e-bike, or you're jumping into electric bikes for the first time, this is a strong option to consider. In conclusion, the Movcan V80 electric bike impressed me more than I expected. It's not perfect, but it nails the important areas: power, comfort, safety, and value. I see myself using this for daily commutes, running errands, or scenic weekend rides, even stealing it from my wife when she lets me. I will update specific information about the Movcan V80 electric bike in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.